When you pick up fresh produce at the market, it's easy to assume you're holding an inert, finished product, a dead ingredient destined for the pan. But beneath the surface, life is still waiting. Deep inside the stem of an ordinary supermarket mushroom lies dormant mycelium. With the right conditions, we can extract this living tissue, wake it up, and use it to colonize an exponential amount of new host material. We usually spend our time above ground, dealing with the predictable rhythms of potted fruit trees and sunlight. This requires a completely different approach. Success requires moving beyond the mindset of a traditional gardener and into the realm of biological security. In this microscopic environment, a single competing spore can compromise the entire harvest, demanding absolute precision in every movement. The first step is preparing a host material for the mycelium to feed on. Whole corn kernels, sorghum, or brown rice work perfectly. But they arrive coated in soil and millions of microscopic enemy spores. We have to wash the grains repeatedly until the water runs completely crystal clear, stripping away the first layer of potential contamination. Once clean, the grains go straight onto the heat. As soon as the water hits a rolling boil, they stay in for exactly 10 to 15 minutes. Looking at this diagram of a corn kernel, you can see why standard boiling isn't enough. The water easily hydrates the corn, but those microscopic competitor spores on the surface are heavily armored. Their thick, protective outer shells easily deflect the heat, allowing them to survive the initial boil completely intact. To defeat them, we drain the water and leave the covered pot at room temperature for 12 to 24 hours. Thinking they have survived the worst, those armored spores wake up. They germinate, shedding their defenses to become active, vulnerable bacteria and fungi. We intentionally allowed them to breach their own defenses. By tricking them into germinating and dropping their armor, we've set a biological trap. Now they are completely exposed and ready to be eradicated. While those surviving spores are waking up, we prepare the sterile incubation environments, our glass jars. We heavily coat the interior of each jar with 70% alcohol, neutralizing any immediate surface threats before the grains even go inside. The lids require specific engineering. We punch a hole directly through the metal and plug it with a loose piece of cotton. This cross-section illustrates exactly how the lid functions. The growing fungus needs to breathe, so the loose cotton allows small oxygen molecules to slip in and carbon dioxide to vent out. At the same time, the dense fibers physically trap the larger, jagged competitor spores drifting in the outside air, acting as a highly selective biological shield. With the jars prepped, we load the vulnerable, resting corn kernels inside. It is critical to stop filling just past the halfway mark, leaving a large, empty air chamber at the top to ensure the fungus has enough oxygen to fuel its future growth. Now we close the trap. We place the sealed jars back into a pot filled halfway with water, slipping pieces of cardboard between the glass to keep them from shattering against each other. We bring it back to a boil and leave it for 40 minutes to an hour. This extended secondary boil delivers the final blow. Stripped of their protective armor, every single germinated competitor inside the jar is annihilated. The resulting environment is perfectly sterile, a secure, nutrient-rich vault ready for infiltration. Finding the right donor is the next obstacle. We avoid the flat, open mushrooms on the right. Their opened caps indicate they are already past their peak vitality and beginning to decay. Instead, we select a specimen that is young, tightly rounded, and anchored by a thick stem, where the mycelium remains dense and highly active. The moment we cut into the donor, we risk exposing it to the air. We wipe down every tool and surface with alcohol and set up our workspace right next to the open flame of a kitchen stove. The rising heat from the burner pushes falling particles away, creating an invisible, sterile force field around our hands. Working quickly within that thermal updraft, we use a sterilized blade to carefully shave away the entire outer layer of the mushroom stem. That exterior has touched the open market and is highly contaminated, so we discard it immediately. What remains is the target. Deep within the core of the stem lies a dense cluster of pure, white, dormant mycelium. We surgically slice a tiny piece of this completely unexposed tissue. Moving as fast as possible, we crack open the sterilized jar, drop the white tissue directly onto the cold corn kernels, and immediately seal the lid.
The donor DNA is now secure in its host environment. Now, the process requires isolation.
We move the jars into absolute darkness, covering them with a heavy cloth or placing them inside a cardboard box. We hold the temperature strictly between 20 and 24 degrees Celsius. Inside the vault, the extracted tissue wakes up. Sensing a massive, sterile food supply with zero competition, the mycelium aggressively reaches out, spreading a dense, white, web-like network that slowly engulfs every single kernel of corn. Once the jar is completely white, you possess a master seed. You can put it in the refrigerator to stall its growth for up to 3 months, or immediately use those colonized kernels to inoculate massive quantities of sawdust or plastic bottles filled with straw. Cultivating life from a tiny fragment of store-bought produce requires looking past the surface. It demands that we understand and manipulate the hidden, microscopic mechanisms of nature to our advantage. Executing this protocol elevates your practice from casual gardening to the deliberate mastery of biological life. To dive deeper into these techniques, download our exclusive manual linked in the description and subscribe for more insights into the hidden architecture of agriculture.